Very good morning to everyone. All the students are actually struggling to clear the exams and wanted to know exactly what kind of habits or hobbies we need to develop so that we will be successful in studies. I actually thought that yes, most of the students, not all of you, some of you could be very smart, and you must have already developed some of these habits which are actually helping you in terms of cracking or acing the exams. That's a different story, but I want to casually talk to you today. Don't take it as a formal presentation or something. I just wanted to tell you based on my personal experience and the experience where I gained through interacting with several students. And all the students have actually brought it to my notice that they're unable to cope up with the stress during the exams, and there are so many other things. A small effort to tell you that there are 7 habits you can actually develop if you really want to be successful in studies. Though these 7 habits might not be sufficient, to be very frank, but I would definitely guarantee you that some of these things would definitely help you in succeeding in studies. Especially this presentation is meant for only students, especially the graduation level or 11th and 12th class level, who have got a lot of aims and aspirations and visions that they would like to achieve something, then they're not getting motivated. I just want to make a small effort to give you some inputs, and these inputs would definitely help you if you could follow. My name is Babu Raipudi. I'm the director of BRICS Academy, Bangalore and Hyderabad. I'm into CA, CMA, CS coaching, and also IAS coaching. And please do like this channel. And if mostly my motivation is fully focused on the students, because end of the day, what is most important thing is it's not the knowledge, it is not exactly the intelligence that is very important, but the most important thing is how to actually achieve it. First important thing I want to tell you is that you are supposed to be organized. When I say you're supposed to be organized, first important thing you will ask, what do you mean by organizing? So everybody tells you that you need to have a plan. As soon as you get up in the morning, if you are a student having a focus in life, having a vision in life, you already have set your goal and you wanted to achieve something, you're already going to the college and trying to do so many things. First important thing you have to put on the paper is, what have you decided to do? When you have decided to do something, then the first question comes, how to do it, then when to do it. So everybody has 24 hours time. Everybody has 24 hours time. I don't have 36 hours time, you don't have 20 hours time, everybody has 24 hours time. Some people would be able to achieve anything. Being a student, you are supposed to spend your day fully focused. For that, you need to decide what exactly you want to do today. You have decided to read so and so. Decide. Don't say I have to study today. Say, what should I study today? Don't say I'm going to sit for 3 hours for study. No, in 3 hours, what are you going to do? So decide what subject you want to study today, what concept you want to learn today. Understood? And when is the time that is available? So you know very well. So you know very well in the morning itself, you can come to a conclusion. Okay, my college timings are this. Okay, my classes are these timings, etc. You know very well. You know your day, because otherwise you have to plan properly. What are you going to do today? Once you know exactly what you're going to do today, you can easily come to a conclusion what you can do, when can you do, how to do it. So these are the things that you have to do. Maintain a book or a diary, whatever. A loose leaf papers also, please make sure, put it on the paper today, and make sure, stick it on, and make sure this is the subject I'm going to study, these are the hours I'm going to study, this is what I'm going to do, this is the time at which I'm going to study, etc., etc. The second important thing is, most of you being a student, you will try to do so many things. Sometimes students come to me and tells me, sir, I want to do BCom, I want to do LLB, I want to do CA, I want to do company secretary, I want to do this, that, etc. or I want to go to dance classes, I want to go to music classes, I want to have a sports practice, I want to go for tennis practice, what not. Oh my god, students are amazing these days. It's really good if you want to do something multifarious, nice, but do you really think that you can focus on everything? As far as my knowledge is concerned, as long as you're a student, you should focus on the fitness. So sports anyway should be one of the itinerary in your day-to-day schedule. In addition to this, 90% of your time being a student must go in for academics. So doing many things at a time at your age, I don't think so it is possible. Very few people are successful. Instead, you first focus on one course, one thing, or one subject, one particular activity. Otherwise, you can say, okay, so and so subject, let me read for these 3 days, let me read for these 4 days, or this week, let me fully study and understand only this particular subject. Okay, next week, so on. So next week, so like in a month, if you've got 4 or 5 subjects, make sure you plan the day accordingly. So multitasking will give you a lot of stress, and you will not be able to do anything perfectly. You will not be a specialist, and you won't be able to complete anything. And instead, you will build up a lot of stress and frustration and distress. End of the day, you generate a lot of tension. Being a student, I'm telling you, if you organize well and decide on one thing after the other, you would definitely be able to manage all the subjects, all the books, all the concepts. Most important thing at your age, especially being a student life, I'm telling you, you will play a lot, you will spend a lot of time outside, you hang around with the friends, you go to college, you go to school, etc., etc. There are so many things that you actually do, but I'm telling you guys, the most important thing for you to make your memory brain functional properly is better sleep. If in case you don't have an enough sleep of at least 7 to 8 hours a day, I'm telling you, because during this world, I mean, you see during these days, especially, not the world, the problem is you have got so much of social media stuff. So you want to actually visit every media. You don't want to have only Twitter. You want to have Facebook. You want to have Twitter. You want to have Instagram. You want to check your mails. You want to WhatsApp people. So many things are there. You always try to spend a lot of time, and that indiscipline goes into your sleep unnecessarily, so you won't sleep properly. Then the next day, whole day, wasting a day is something which you have to minimize. You will waste a day without concentrating on studies, without concentrating on something which is very important for you in life, and you won't be able to understand any classes, you won't be able to concentrate on reading, studying, and everything, because of only one thing: you didn't have a proper sleep. That is not happening because you want to have so many avocations. The next very important thing is, some of you might be very good at in the morning, some of you very good at in the evening, some of you might be excellent from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the evening, some of you might be good at 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, some of you want to sleep till 7 o'clock and you want to study in the afternoon. I'm telling you, all of you may not be that active, that interested, that passionate at all times. So we have got morning, early morning, we have got during the daytime, we've got in the evening. So all of us are not perfect. Sometimes my classes would go very well in the evening, I don't feel like teaching very well. Sometimes my classes in the morning, especially 7 to 10, will go very well in the morning. I mean, it happens. Like a teacher, I feel so and so time is the best time for me to teach. Similarly, being a student also, there might be a day, there might be a time, sorry, there might be a time at which you can actually do best. Decide that first and make sure that point in time, I mean, if you have decided evening 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock is the time where you can concentrate and study well, and that time do not sacrifice to any activity, knowing very well if you sacrifice that particular time, knowing very well that you are best at reading, best at studying, best at understanding things during that point in time, and you sacrifice that to something else. That is not fair. Try to do other non-productive activities in such a time where you can't even study well, where you can't focus on the studies. So you need to decide, out of 24 hours, other than sleeping time, please decide what exactly is the time that I will be the best to read, and go on it. I mean, that particular time, don't sacrifice for anything unless and until some extraordinary or extraordinary emergency situation is there. Always try to stick to that particular time. The next important thing, when you listen to classes, being a student, if you want to be successful, in any subject, any course, any academic courses, I'm telling you guys, trust me, you cannot make it unless and until you make notes while you're listening to the classes. If making notes has become a habit for you whenever you happen to listen to classes, it would definitely help you in understanding call, because when you're making a notes, you're not simply writing, you're actually listening, you're actually understanding, you're actually going deeper into the subject, and you also add few points extra compared to the teacher what he's giving. So make notes always. One very important thing I'm telling you, nobody ever has been successful in any academic field unless and until he or she has been studying so aggressively. You need to understand two very important realities. If you really want to be successful in studies, first important thing that you have to do is that you have to study and you have to revise, and that revision plan has to be proper. In the sense, if in case today you have studied something, there's no point in revising it tomorrow. It's always better to revise it after 1 week or after fortnight, etc. You don't try to revise what you understood today. You don't try to revise what you have read today. You don't try to revise what you have studied today. Try to have 1 week break after understanding, after listening, after understanding. Always have 1 week break to revise. This is the simple principle. If a student has been successful because he or she has been studying, has been revising, has been revisiting those topics again and again, that shows her or his passion towards the studies. That's the reason why some kids, some children, some students are able to succeed in any exam that is being conducted. And the most important thing, whenever you want to study, place is very important. I don't know, some of you, graduate students or postgraduate students might go to a library because they know very well library is a situation where you see people studying, and those people will give you some amount of inspiration and the calm, peaceful place, etc. Even at home, you don't start sitting and reading, you don't start sitting, reading, studying, writing anything unless and until you have a separate, definite place. And that place has to be so attractive, so clean, so interesting, so attractive, so interesting that you should not leave from there. Create that space always. And I'm telling you, I don't think so any parent at your house would tell you that no, we can't give you a place, separate place for study, etc. Understand, but I'm telling you, having a separate place, separate corner, a particular place for a study would definitely motivate most of the students. If this is not there, what happens? You will frequently be disturbed by many things because you don't have a proper place. That is very, very important. The next important thing is, if you give up on your dreams, what's left for you then? You already have decided to become somebody. You might want to become IAS officer. You might want to become CA. You might want to become an engineer. You might want to become a doctor. You already have decided mentally, post 10th class or during the study student life itself, you have decided this is what I'm going to become. When you have decided to become something in life, why can't you start doing something for it? The most important thing that you lack is sometimes students keep telling me, sir, I don't have interest. You don't have interest because you have not yet decided to achieve what you want to achieve. You don't even have a dream. If in case you have a goal, you have a dream, you have already decided to achieve something, definitely you're going to do something for it. Whether you would do or you won't do something for it is dependent on, do you really have a vision? And you have already decided to achieve it. If you simply give up on your dream, then what is the life meaning? I don't understand clearly. So when I have decided to do something, definitely every day, every week, every month, I must do something. I must think about it. I'm not saying 24 hours you have to do something for it. I'm only saying every day, let me do something for it. Every day, let me do something for it. That is what you have to learn. I hope this small presentation could definitely help you in focusing, develop these habits, and I will ensure that you will definitely see a change in your preparation and everything. All the very best. Take care. Please like this channel and get more and more motivational tips for students. Have a great day.